Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. This week I'm going to make a sign that my wife requested. It's going to say, "We gather together to give thanks." The background is going to be made out of some old cedar fence pickets. That's what this red kind of random brick pattern represents. The words "we" and "to give thanks" will be carved into the background. And then the words "gather" and "together" will be carved out of some MDF and then applied to the top. Overall, the sign's going to be 48 inches long and 10 inches high. So this project will entail some woodworking, some CNC work, a little bit of painting, and then of course assembly of the sign. So if all that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stick around. So far, the first two carves have turned out really good, and we're going to move on to the bigger ones. Alright, for this piece, I just have a scrap piece of MDF in here, and I just pull it towards me real tight against this PVC pipe, and I put the cams down, and it's in here really good, but just to make sure it's not going to slide this way on me, I'm going to use some double stick tape on this piece of wood and stick it right here on the end, and that should hold it in place. I can do this carve, this will be for the word gather, and I can use the same setup for the word together. This will be cut out with a 1/8 inch end mill. Now I can raise this up a little bit. Doesn't really matter, the machine knows where 0 is. So I can get that up out of the way. And put my dust boot on. Let me show you what I did on the back side here. Every now and then you have the machine leave a little tab in there. If I didn't have this tab, like in the middle of this E here, once this cut through, this piece of mill would just be flying around. It could get caught up in the machine and go flying, could break the bit. You have it leave these tabs every now and then, and it holds the workpiece together as it's carving. Then you take it apart and you just, like right here, you just pop the little tab off. You got a little cleanup to do with some sandpaper where they're at, but that's fine, no problem. I'm gonna load up the next piece of wood the same way, and we'll carve the word together. One time I leave, decides to mess up. Bummer. So I stepped out real quick to show my wife the word gather I carved, and as I was coming back in, I heard the machine making a really bad noise. Came in the door, I saw this was up like this. Obviously it popped up and moved over, and I hit the emergency stop button, which just shuts the machine off. Turned it back on, got the router out of the way. You can see right here is where things went bad, right in here. I'm gonna go cut another piece of this, and we'll come back, we'll secure it down better, and we'll try again. Okay, I got a new piece of wood, and this time I have tape in these corners, and I retaped this, and this is all nice and tight, so should be good this time. We're gonna reset up and start over. So the second try of carving the word together went really well, as you can see. Like I said, all I did is I put a couple pieces of that two-sided tape in a couple of corners, especially this corner that came up, and that held it down just fine. the sign's all done, and I think it turned out great. A few little mishaps here and there, but we worked through them and we got it done. I put a wire on the back to hang it, a couple of coats of lacquer on the front, really makes the wood pop, and she's done, ready to hang on the wall. So if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video. I have a lot more content like this coming. You don't want to miss a thing. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you for the next one.